Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good evening, my beautiful students. So let's start together. The day is Wednesday. The date is 18/8/1442 of Al Hijrah. Today, inshallah, we will learn or know the end of Cinderella's story. I'm so excited. Okay, the title of our unit is I Had a Great Time. So, our objectives for our lesson today reading. First of all, we will listen to the audio of our paragraph. Then, we will explain the paragraph and we will answer the comprehension questions. Let's start together. Okay, could you please open your book on page 83? 83 and listen to me well. So, before we start, if I ask you some questions, how would you feel if you found something that had been missing for a long time? How would you feel if you found it after a long time? The second question, what would you do to show your feelings? Okay, you can answer these questions after we explain the paragraph of Cinderella's story. Okay, so the title is A Cinderella Ending. Please write the day and the date. First of all, we will listen to the audio, then we will start. Be with me, please. Here we are.
On the morning after Cinderella went missing, I woke up to the sound of my mom calling my name. I could hear her speaking to someone downstairs. Who could it be? I opened the curtains, brushed my hair, and got dressed as fast as I could. I walked down the stairs. I heard Cinderella's name. I ran into the living room, and a man who looked like a cowboy stood up and shook my hand. "Hello, my name's Kamal. You must be Kareem," he said in a very cheery voice. "Do you know something about Cinderella?" I asked. My mom told me that Cinderella was fine. I was so happy that I almost started crying. Kamal told me that he worked with his brother on a ranch outside of our town. The day before, they had been looking for a runaway horse that was the same color as Cinderella. When they saw Cinderella, they thought they had found the horse they were looking for. They loaded Cinderella into their truck and took Cinderella back to their ranch. But when the ranch owner saw Cinderella, he knew that it wasn't the same horse that had run away. Kamal and his brother drove to town to find out whom Cinderella belonged to. They saw all of our posters, but it had been too late to bring Cinderella home last night, so Kamal had come this morning. I thanked Kamal and ran outside to hug Cinderella. Cinderella neighed and looked happy to be home. As soon as I put Cinderella away in the barn, I ran inside to call Yusuf. On the
Okay, after listening, let's start. Okay, and know what is the end of Cinderella. Okay, a Cinderella ending continued from Unit 9. On the morning after Cinderella went missing, I woke up to the sound of my mom calling my name. Okay, I could hear her speaking to someone downstairs. Who could it be? So my mom was calling to someone, but I don't know who is he. I opened the curtains, brushed my hair, and got dressed as fast as I could. This is Kareem. Okay, so first of all, what is the meaning of curtains? This is the curtains. I opened the curtains, brushed my hair. Okay. As I walked down the stairs, I heard Cinderella's name. I want to know what is happening to Cinderella. I'm so excited and I'm so worried. I ran into the living room and a man who looked like a cowboy stood up and shook my hand. "Hello, my name is Kamal. You must be Kareem," he said in a cheery voice. Okay, so this is the meaning of the cowboy. Okay, and he shook my hand. Okay, and he told me, "You must be Kareem," in a cheery voice. It means he was happy. It must be he has a good news about Cinderella. Let's know what's happening with them. "Do you know something about Cinderella?" I asked. Kareem asked Kamal, the cowboy, "Do you know something about Cinderella?" My mom told me that Sinjilla was fine. I was so happy that I almost started in crying. Kamal told me that he worked with his brother on a ranch outside of our town. So Kamal has a brother and they worked in a ranch but outside the town. The day before, they had been looking for a runway horse that was the same color as Sinjilla. It means that Kamal and his brother also had a runway horse. هم أيضا لديهم حصان مختفي حسنا أو هارب. Okay, and they found or they've been looking for a runway horse that was the same color as Sinjilla. Okay, their horse was the same color as Sinjilla. Okay, but not Sinjilla. When they saw Sinjilla, they thought they had found the horse they were looking for. Okay, so also as I tell you that they also have a runway horse from their ranch, but look like Sinjilla. When they saw Sinjilla, they thought that they found the horse they were looking for. They loaded Sinjilla into their truck and took Sinjilla back to their ranch. Okay, they took back the horse, which is Sinjilla, because they thought this is our horse, okay? But when the ranch owner saw Sinjilla, he knew that it wasn't the same horse that had run away, okay? Kamal and his brother drove to town to find out whom Sinjilla belonged to. Okay, after they figure out that this is not the horse that they are looking for, okay, they drove to town to find out whom Sinjilla belonged to. They saw all of our posters. Do you remember in Unit 7 when Kareem's family bought posters with Sinjilla's photos? So Kamal and his brother saw the posters of Sinjilla, but it had been too late to bring Sinjilla home last night. So Kamal had come this morning. Okay, so at the end of this story, they found Sinjilla finally. I thanked Kamal and ran outside to hug Sinjilla. Sinjilla neat and looked happy to be home. Also, the horse Sinjilla was so happy. As soon as I had put Sinjilla away in the barn, I ran inside. Inside to call Yusuf. So when I see the horse and put it in the ranch, I run inside to call Yusuf and tell him that we found Sinjilla finally. So this is the end of Sinjilla's story. I hope that you enjoy this story from the beginning till the end. Okay, so we are done with a Sinjilla ending for Unit 10. Okay, please, after watching this lesson, okay, do exercise A and send it in Padlet, which is complete the sentence by putting the letter for the correct expression under the name it belongs to. It means we have here 3 sentences and here we have 3 persons, Kareem, Kamal and his brother, Sinjilla. But each sentence under the name it belongs to. So your homework is exercise A, and also your homework is read the paragraph correctly at page 83, because tomorrow each student is going to read, inshallah. Okay, so have a nice day. See you inshallah tomorrow. Thank you very much. Goodbye.